Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Mensa Augustine. Please, if you're new here, kindly subscribe to my channel. And if you have been watching my videos and you're not yet subscribed, please kindly subscribe for us to build the mathematics community. In this lesson, we're looking at polar coordinates. And under the polar coordinates, we're looking at how to change Cartesian equation to polar equations or rectangular equations to polar equations. So let's take our first example here. If we have this question, if we have x squared plus y squared x squared equal to 2a squared x squared y where a is greater than 0. How do we change this Cartesian equation to polar equation? In fact, this particular question was sent to me by Harriet Araba Isol from the University of Ghana, Legon. So let's solve this question first. Now we have these parameters here. If you have not watched the first video I've done, check the description for that video. Don't keep this in your head. Just remember this right angle triangle. So if you take theta, cosine of theta, you rearrange, you get this. Sine of theta, you rearrange, you get this. Tangent of theta, you get this one. If you square this, you get this. If you square this, you get this. If you take Pythagoras theorem, r squared equal to x squared plus y squared, if you take square root, you get this. So these are simple for you to remember. Now, these are the parameters that you have to fix. So x squared, we have it. Where is it? We have x squared. But first, you can take square root to remove the square. Or you can do it first and then after that we take the square root. So let's do it fast. This one will be r squared. So we take r squared, x squared equal to 2 times a squared. A is a constant. X squared is r squared cosine squared of theta, and y is r sine of theta. Wow. So let's divide through by r to the power 3. Because this one will be r to the power 4. 2a squared r to the power 3 cosine squared of theta sine of theta. So the r keep, we take this r out, keep out, and we have r equal to 2a squared cosine squared of theta times sine of theta. And this will give us r equal to 2a squared cosine squared of theta is the same as writing cosine of theta times cosine of theta, then times this sine of theta. Now here we have r equal to a squared cosine of theta times 2 cosine of theta sine of theta. We have r equal to a squared times cosine of theta times sine of 2 theta. Because 2 times cosine of theta sine of theta will give us sine of 2 theta. That is very, very simple. And we are done. So let's take the next example. So this is the polar equation for the Cartesian equation into bracket x squared plus y squared all squared equal to 2a squared x squared times y. Now what about this one? If I have 2x squared plus 2y squared equal to 3. Now this one, we are going to have 2 times r squared cosine square theta plus 2 times r squared sine square theta equal to 3. And here we have 2r squared out. We are going to have cosine square theta plus sine square theta equal to 3. And here we have that cosine squared plus sine squared theta will give us 1. So we are having 2r squared equal to 3. We have r squared equal to 3 divided by 2 as our polar equation. Now, how do we do this one? We have x squared plus 3y squared equal to 3. This one gives us r squared times cosine square theta plus 3 times r squared sine square theta equal to 3. Now, r squared is here, r squared is here, so we take r squared out. We write cosine square theta plus 3 sine square theta equal to 3. And let's put in sine square theta. We have r squared into brackets, cosine square theta plus 3 bracket 1 minus cosine square theta equal to 3. This will give us r squared into brackets, cosine square theta minus 3 cosine square theta plus 3 equal to 3. And what are we going to get? We are going to get r squared equal to minus 2 cosine square theta plus 3 equal to 3. Now we have, yes, that's what we have. So here we have r squared equal to 3 divided by 3 minus 2 cosine squared theta. But with this one, we can replace cosine squared theta with cosine squared theta equal to 1 plus 2 cosine 2 theta. So 1 plus cosine 2 theta divided by 2. So here we have r squared equal to 3 divided by 3 minus 2 into bracket 1 plus cosine of 2 theta divided by 2. And these two will cancel these 2. So we have r squared equal to 3 divided by 3 minus 1 minus cosine of 2 theta. We have r squared equal to 3 divided by 2 minus cosine of 2 theta. Now, let's see how did we get this one if you don't understand. If you have cosine square theta minus sine square theta equal to cosine of 2 theta, you can substitute sine squared to get cosine square theta minus 1 minus cosine square theta. This will give us cosine square theta minus 1 plus cosine square theta equal to cosine of 2 theta. This will give us 2 cosine square theta is equal to 1 plus cosine of 2 theta. If we divide it by 2 and divide it by 2, we have cosine square theta is equal to 1 plus cosine of 2 theta divided by 2. So that is the substitution that we did here. And here this will be the answer, right? Now, I hope you are enjoying the lesson. Just subscribe to my channel, leave your comments, like the video, and also share. share the limits. Now let's take the next example. If I have 3y minus 3 square root of x squared plus y squared equal to 4. Now how do we do this one? We take 3, y is r, sine of theta minus 3. This will give me r equal to 4. I have r here and I have r here, so I'll take r. 3 sine of theta minus 3 equal to 4. I have r equal to 4 divided by minus 3 plus 3 sine of theta, and we are done. Now let's look at this one. If we take x squared plus y squared divided by 4 equal to 1. Now this one we can simplify before, or we can just put in the coordinates before simplifying. X squared is r squared cosine squared of theta plus y squared is r squared sine squared of theta divided by 4 equal to 1. So if you multiply 2 by 4, we have 4 r squared cosine squared of theta plus r squared sine squared of theta equal to 4. You have r squared here, you have r squared here, so you have r squared into bracket 4 times cosine squared of theta plus sine squared of theta equal to 4. Wow. I'm doing this lesson to improve your understanding on how to change Cartesian equation to polar equation. So now here, this is my r squared into bracket 4 times cosine squared of theta plus sine squared is 1 minus cosine squared of theta equal to 4. You have r squared into bracket 3 times cosine squared of theta plus 1 equal to 4. Now we are going to have r squared equal to 4 divided by 3 times cosine squared of theta plus 1. So here you can take square root and get r to equal to square root of 4 is 2, all divided by square root of 3 times cosine squared of theta plus 1. If you like to, you can leave your answer here. And if you like to, when you reach here, you can substitute cosine squared of theta and then simplify it further. Because I've told you that cosine squared of theta is equal to 1 plus cosine of 2 theta divided by 2. So you can put that one here and then simplify to get another result. Now let's look at the next one. If I have into bracket x squared plus okay, let's do that one. X squared plus y squared all squared is equal to 2x squared y. Now this one gives me r squared all squared equal to 2 times r squared cosine squared theta plus r sine of theta. I think I've done this one with here being a squared. But let's do this one too. This one gives me r to the power 4 equal to 2r cubed. Yes, I've done this one. I did it and then I made this place a squared. So I think it is the same thing, so there's no need doing it again in this form. Okay, so then let's look at this one. We have into bracket x squared plus y squared all squared equal to 4 into bracket x squared minus y squared. How do we do this one? This one, This will give us r squared all squared equal to 4 times r squared cosine squared of theta minus r squared sine squared of theta. We are going to have here to be r to the power 4 to be equal to 4r squared into brackets cosine squared of theta minus sine squared of theta. We divide through by r squared, we have r squared equal to 4. Cosine squared theta minus sine squared theta is cosine of 2 theta. So this is that. Now we can take square root of both sides to get r equal to root of 4, root of cosine of 2 theta. We have r equal to 2 root of cosine of 2 theta. So we can leave our answer here or there. So this is the polar equation for this Cartesian equation. Now the last question. What is the polar equation of the Cartesian equation? X squared equal to ay. X squared is r squared cosine squared theta equal to a times r sine of y. Sine of theta. Here you can divide through by r to get it to r cosine squared theta equal to a sine of theta. You have r equal to a times sine of theta divided by cosine squared is cosine squared. Cosine squared of theta is cosine theta times cosine theta. So we have cosine of theta times cosine of theta. And here you have our r to be a times sine of theta divided by cosine of theta times 1 divided by cosine of theta. You have r equal to a times tangent of theta. Sine of theta divided by cosine of theta is tangent of theta. 1 divided by cosine of theta is a secant of theta. Thank you for watching. Please like my videos, subscribe, share, and leave your comments. Bye bye.